Hey, you can laugh all you want. And if you're laughing at the end, more power.
No points, John.
What if we walked to the wrong machine? Would you laugh at us?
Say again?
What if we walked to the wrong machine?
Let me just tell you what.
Like
I'll
you
be
said,
laughing a lot more than you'll be aware of. I just try not to show you I'm laughing.
Okay.
Okay? So here we are. You've asked me to do a full spine Titron scan. Now, if I start looking at you going, I don't know what to do from here, you will say, click on Quick Scan. Y'all with me now?
Wait,
Quick Scan. It's a blank screen. Now, remember, that's the only conversation you have with me. That's the only conversation I'm having with you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to start at the base of the segment. Remember, there's going to be a bare back here. The reason it's bare is because I'm going to watch you. If I see you wagging that thing all over the place, I'll deduct points.
Right? Seriously.
Because you have to.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, because you're nervous.
You're talking about it going on.
Yeah, he's talking about doing it.
Spinous process needs to be centered. So if I'm scanning Jen, I'm over here like this. That's probably not satisfactory. All right? So, there's going to be a trigger pull, and you're going to see this. Maybe not when you're scanning, but you're going to see this now. You're going to have a bar come up here. It's going to be a yellow writing that says sensing. And it's going to beep. It's going to beep and say sensing.
So you pull the trigger
And hold it. And hold it. Then you're going to see it change to green, which says scanning. Then it's going to beep again, and that means I can go. You ready? Ready, Jen?
Yeah, I'm just trying to process that.
See it? I don't know if you blink too long, you missed.
And you keep holding it all the way
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Hold.
What a green
So you
is.
just wait for the second
All we
beat.
want to do
You just
yes,
wait for the
beat.
second
You have to
beat.
wait for 2 beats before you start.
2 beats.
And where am I going?
To the
Occipital ridge. Once I hit, I'll let go of the trigger. Now, how many seconds was I supposed to do?
15
15 to 20. So it's an internal count. And believe me, I'm not sitting there going, oh, no, 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 that was 21. I can do that. Okay? Now, you're supposed to do what next?
You're supposed to do see how it turned out.
Not yet.
Okay.
You're going to do faucets.
Oh yeah.
Now, there's 2 ways to do those. I showed you one. You don't have to use that one. But it's click on faucet.
Which is the upper right?
That's where we start.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
It's up there.
But, sorry, Adrian. Yeah. But if you want to just hit the letter F, that stands for faucet. I really don't care. I'm going to hit F so you can see it done, and there's the faucet screen. Where'd you go?
I had to write a note down.
Okay.
So
You can do your stuff with you. Your notes are right there.
You would not leave you out like that.
Now, how are we going to do this? Right probe? Right faucet.
Right probe and right faucet.
Remember, faucet ain't back here. Faucet ain't up here. Faucet is right there. If I don't see you pull up that earlobe or see that earlobe go up, you're not in the right place. But as it goes up, don't push in there because it hurts.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it till it beeps consistently. Enough. Now I'm going to go to the what?
Left side.
And what probe?
Right.
The all right. Okay. Now, this is where I will intervene. Because remember, we haven't had any dialogue yet. I said to do a full spine Titron scan, that's it. Up to this point, I don't want to know nothing. You can talk to me, whatever you want to do, and I'll just go, and I'll write stuff down, but I might be writing it down because you tell me wrong stuff.
She talks too much.
Now, this is where I'm going to say, okay, what exactly is on the screen? What are you going to tell me? Temperature differentials of what? The faucet. And I'm going to say, is there a temperature differential? Now, I know this isn't true for you.
No.
No.
There's
It don't
not.
look like it.
I'm pretty balanced.
I'm not exactly sure that's true. I think it's artifact. But nevertheless, this is where the value would be. Okay? And so, you can see this done again for real. Okay? I want to show you what I'm going to ask you. Okay? So, I would say to you, what's the differential? And you'd say 0.92 to the right. And that's hot. Okay? Then I would say, close that screen. How are you going to close it? Exit out. Then I'm going to say, what kind of graph is that? Line graph. What's the line graph tell you? Temperature differentials. What's the significant temperature differential? 0.5 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Then I'm going to say to you, can you show me where the 0.5 degree indicators are?
Just the lines.
Yes.
All those vertical lines. Then I'm going to say, is there another graph you can show me?
Yes.
Yes. But I forget how to get to it.
Push the B.
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 Because I closed it.
B. And that's what kind of graph? Bar graph. What's bar graph tell you?
Same thing.
Same thing, different graphics. Now, then I'll say to you, does the bar graph and the line graph confirm your analysis? You already told me what your analysis was. What is your analysis?
Right.
What's your analysis?
Oh, no, swipes.
What's your analysis? What's your analysis? There's only two analysis in here. This is where you get confused for the test.
Great.
Great.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Great. Okay. Now, does the line graph and the bar graph confirm your analysis?
Yeah.
No.
No, we have to do another one, right?
Another what?
Another scan.
Well, it's not called a scan.
Another swipe.
No, that's a different test.
No, no.
NCM mode.
NCM.
Very nice. And you know what? If you don't say NCM to me, I'll just sit there and wait you out.
What happens
Because
if we never say it?
then you won't get the point.
Just checking.
Once you say NCM, I'll say, okay, hit your B, close the screen, and click on,
So you hit B again to get out of there?
Yeah. or you could hit the, you could
We have to
one.
know how to do that, because that's the part I messed up on.
How can you mess up? I haven't tested it yet.
No, I'm sorry, the last time I practiced it,
Oh.
remember you're like,
Well, you won't mess up now. No,
what did you say? I wasn't looking at
It's
what
just
you
going
were
out of there.
I'm
doing.
just-
EX.
You don't have to hit that B. You hit the B again, your B can close it out with the next.
Okay.
And you know what? If you stand there and stare at me, I'll probably say, just hit the X.
That might happen. I'll smile.
Once you tell me the NCM, I'm happy. At least you know.
Okay.
Now, here we click on the NCM. Now, here's how you demonstrate it. Because I'll say, click on the NCM and demonstrate it for me. So, I am going to rescan, like you said, Ashley. And I am going to start at the sacrum. There is no preliminary beeps for this. As soon as I pull the trigger, I can start. But here's what I'm looking for. I'm going to scan from the sacrum to the occipital ridge, listening for the instrument to beep. When it beeps, I'm going to stop my glide, keep the trigger pulled, and I'm going to look at the screen. And it's going to show me either to the right or the left.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, you won't have to do this, I'm going to simulate a mark either on the left or the right. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Slide a little bit more to the center.
We have to pretend like we're putting a mark there?
Yeah, you would just tell me to mark, okay? Now, we got a shirt here, so, okay, you see that? It's hotter on what side? Right, so I mark there. Now,
And you just press the button.
I'm holding the button.
Okay.
Now, it's still beeping. Once it stops and goes out again, I do it again.
It should be stopping and starting now, right?
If it just keeps beeping, then I don't keep marking till it stops again.
You mark every time it beeps.
Yep, that was the one.
So if it keeps beeping all the way up, you just keep marking?
No, I don't keep marking.
Oh, until.
I mark the first spot, then I keep going till it quits and starts again. Okay? And believe me, once I know that you know what you're doing, we ain't doing this. I'm not in for the, let's see how abusive I can be. But here's what you need to know. Because once I see you understand, because I'll say, what are you looking for? You're looking for temperature differentials. How are you going to know when there's a significant temperature? It's going to beep, and then what are you going to do? Look at the screen and mark the side that it deflects to. And I'm going to say you're going to run the scan from where to where? Second ox, and how many seconds for this scan?
And there is no time frame.
There is no time.
Can you help me understand that? So I'm at the bottom, I go up, it starts beeping, I look, I mark.
On the side of deflection.
Then it's still beeping and
You
I
just
keep going.
Don't
Then
mark
it's-
anymore.
It's still beeping, stops, and then when it starts again, I mark on this side.
And see, I'm really not going to be too strict on that anyhow, because I haven't taught you that, and for those of you that are actually going to be able to lift your head tomorrow and watch what I'm doing, I'm going to show you heat swings tomorrow, because that's what that is. That's a heat swing.
So when it stops, we mark.
No, when it starts, you mark.
Well, when it starts and then stops.
Then it starts again.
Yeah, normally it
Every
starts,
time
and
it
even if it's still beeping, you keep on moving until it stops, and then it beeps again. Does that make sense?
Are you going to class tomorrow?
What?
Are you going to class tomorrow?
Well, yeah.
All right, I'm going to make sure I say, okay, this is the part I wanted to show you in lab. Because here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a graph. And I'm going to show you what a break's supposed to look like on there. And I'm going to show you what a heat swing is. Heat swing means it goes out and hangs over several segments. And that's why all the beeping on this. That's not a break. But you don't know it, so you mark it at that first spot. And if it keeps beeping, you wait till it quits. Because it could cover 6 or 7 segments. And then if it goes out again, you mark it again. With a break, usually what happens is it goes out in a nice little 30 to 60 degree angle, which is intersegmental, and that would be your break. But you don't need to know all that stuff for this class.
So right now, we're just marking the beginning of a beat.
That's all.
Marking
You're
the
just going to
beginning.
tell me you're going to mark the back of the side of deflection that's 0.5 or greater. We ain't getting into that other details. Any questions with that? Come on, Jen. Okay, so that was assessment.